As the author of the analysis points out, Russia is keen to discredit the Israeli Pegasus spy software in the eyes of NATO countries. As a result, Western countries would not be able to use it, for example, to defend themselves against Russian intelligence. All the circumstantial evidence points to the involvement of Russian intelligence in this campaign. The attack on Poland is intensifying over time. A few years ago, Poland was a secondary target in the campaign around the Pegasus platform, but since the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022, anti-Polish information warfare has grown significantly in strength and scope, taking aim at building tensions within the European Union and undermining US support by highlighting alleged concerns around human rights issues and the state of democracy. In late December 2021, the Associated Press, citing the findings of the Citizen Lab group, reported that opposition politicians and Associate Attorney Roman Giertych were under surveillance using Pegasus. As a result, committees were formed in the European Parliament and the Polish Senate to investigate the alleged abuses. In 14 European Union member states, Pegasus cyber weapons have been used, including in 2 European Union member states, Poland and Hungary, also against political opposition, against journalists. In mid-September 2022, a meeting of the European Union Commission took place in Warsaw. As it turns out, the list of people the Brussels representatives wanted to talk to included only representatives of the opposition and people supporting it. After all, it was legally purchased as it was, by the way, in other countries, so the thesis was plotted in advance and the whole deliberation of this commission was to stick a patch on the Polish government that it was tracking someone during the commission's deliberations. Among those who spoke during the committee's deliberations were experts from Citizen Lab, who for years have focused on studying the use of Pegasus software. Irina Zuckerman's analysis revealed, among other things, links between Citizen Lab founder Ron Diebert and Edward Snowden, currently a close Putin ally. Citizen Lab is known to have falsified its findings as well as to have given false testimony before the British Parliament, the European Parliament and the United States Congress. The organisation has never provided its methods or tools for independent verification. In several cases, Citizen Lab and Amnesty have retroactively made changes to their reports, admitting mistakes in their preparation. As if, out of this area of interest, the strikes of specialized programs for collecting and eavesdropping on citizens of Western countries and carried out by Chinese and by Russian services have disappeared from Citizen Lab. This is such a strange coincidence. The United States intelligence community reports that over the past few years the Russians have spent more than $300 million on just corrupt activities or the operation of various foundations, organizations. It wasn't until the Russian invasion of Ukraine that European societies became aware of the many dangers of close economic cooperation with Moscow. The war in Ukraine has clearly shown how dependent Europe has become on Russian oil and gas. Attempts to extract natural gas on its own have often failed due to protests by climate advocacy organizations backed by money from Moscow. The Russians are actually funding some of the most rabid environmental groups in Europe. The Pegasus case is also being played out by the Russians. There is no doubt at all about this. On the 16th of June, the Sejm approved an amendment to the law regarding the establishment of a state commission to investigate Russian influence. The bill is awaiting approval by the Senate. The commission may begin work as early as August. It will cover the years of the civic platform and law and justice governments.